That dance is a hula kala'au, using the long la'au or stick and the short stick, telling the story about the growing heat of the earth.
As we prepare to sail throughout the ancestral Pacific, it is our goal to uplift traditional knowledge and amplify indigenous voices. The Paiwan tribe of the Kavinyangan village in Pingtung, Taiwan, represents a 6,000-year-old genealogy from which Polynesians and Micronesians descend. We trace the origin of our languages, as well as our navigational and voyaging sciences, back to this region of the world. I'm honored to introduce Princess Malovlov, Pinaperi, and Giligili Lau, who flew some 8,000 miles to be here to celebrate the Hokulea. They will offer their prayers to the ancestors and to their sacred mountain, Da'u.
That was an outstanding, a very unusual nose flute, all the air coming from the ihu or from the nose and playing two flutes with harmony from the nose. Princess Malavlov is the daughter of the queen of the Paiwan tribe in Taipei. And they are the indigenous people of Taiwan, Taipei, and their tribe is Paiwan.
The similarities again between all of us, the native Alaskan Indians, the Hawaiian chant with music, with drumming.
In their ceremonies, they always wear a lei of fern on their head, and it's usually kupu fern. Here they're using their travel, they're thousands of miles from home. But the idea that they use kupu fern in ceremony and in performance is just amazing.
Just like us.
Just like us.
The second portion of the Hawaii Global Launch Protocol is a call to Pacific, to the entire Pacific. It starts with the remarks of our Indigenous Pacific family, of course by Commander Schools and Randy Fong, and then it continues on with this Indigenous tribe of Taiwan, with the Princess Malavlov.
What a rare glimpse into the indigenous culture of Taiwan, Taipei.
It's a really special opportunity that I think something like
Mahalo,
the
Princess
launch
Malavlov,
of Hokulea
and our
brings
indigenous
to a
Taiwan
place
family.
where it embraces all cultures.
Hokulea's navigational heritage comes from Master Pacific Navigator, the revered and beloved Pius Mo Piailug. Through him, we have come to know the region of Micronesia as a place of beauty and brilliance. Veteran Hokulea leader Max Yarawamai of Ulithi Yap, Federated States of Micronesia, offers well-wishing on behalf of his people.
Pardon me. So, excuse me. I should be in my attire at home with a malo. But here in your home, I have 5 layers on right now. Whew. It's cold here. I don't know what to say. I'm not a speaker, but what I've heard over the week, and as my master navigator, and I know I said, as humble Shorty talks behind me, gives me the strength to be in front of all of you, because here is a lot of love and a lot of spirit. So I wrote down a little bit, but before I get into that, I couldn't sleep last night. Just writing things down and throw it away, wake up again, write things down, throw it away. And I just couldn't get anything together. It was just so much that I've come to feel in this beautiful place. And being out with Wayne on that canoe yesterday, paddling with Dino, Rex, Ui, Kala, and my other captain, Bruce. It was just no spoken word or anything could top that. You know, just being with the humble captain behind with no hard voices, but just this silent talk to us, matching the water that we were going through and getting to the glacier and standing there. Thank you for putting me where I am today. So, here I go. Thank you, Taiwan, Alaskan Natives, and Hawaii, and all the newcomers here. Today's a blessing for all of us to meet with great hearts to discuss our future in this troubled world. 4 years we've been put down, walk on, but we as a people, we don't give up. We are built not in a soft bed, air conditioned, or electric blanket, but rather in forest and lowlands. We weather storms not in concrete buildings, but in huts made out of grass, skins, or coconut leaves. We will not forget our ancestors in their struggle in their times. We will learn from our past to improve the future of Indigenous people and this place called Earth. We have lots to teach and pass on to our future generation. Leide le makiaro mai. Udom le siflu del mai dal le fedrai. Del silvus le yulthi. Ato. Mai del matmai le telwir en mlasle le mralian. ملاتمي اسمه التمول الفدري أني بوضع من سوغس المسوغ مانيان خامم ملي خامم لانشل تمول لي عمم كما بوسا يوش تعرف I just tell you my genealogy. My name is Max Yarawamai, Mak Yarawamai. My father's name is Teluyar, and my mother's name is Mareliam. My father came from the clan called Wangyang, and we are the protector of the paramount chief, and we serve him as the protector of the ocean and the reef. My mom is from the paramount chief island called Maumo, and she's from a place called Lamadak. She is the lineage with the paramount chief. So in Ulithi, all the way up to Sarawal. We have the paramount chief in Yulvi, and we have chiefs all the way up to Sarawal. We were not fortunate enough to go down, I think about a month ago. They have a post ceremony on Sarawal. And they all gather in Sarawal for 10 days to hear from our brother, cousin Thomas Rivety, who made the trip down there. And they talked about all what we're doing up here and what we're going to be trying to do these next 4 years. And from Thomas would be here talking, but he couldn't make it because he's not feeling well. But he told me to tell all of you that we have met. Our paramount chief was on Sarawal, and they all talked about how they're all behind all of us. They're all behind all of us in spirit, and when we get there, hopefully we could make it through the challenges that we're going to go through, that they're going to be there with open hearts to welcome us. The spirit of the Po, which went through Mao, is on the canoe. And I feel that every time I'm on the canoe. The canoe is showing us the world. It's not us that's navigating the canoe, but the spirit of the canoe is so strong. And they've emphasized to me that they've renewed that spirit again on the canoe. So with that, I just want to thank you all for giving me this guy that you won't know a lot of where I come from, because I'm only just a little dot on that map that you guys looked at. But I'm kind of close to Taiwan, close to the Philippines, below Guam, but that's where I come from. And like I said earlier, I left home when I was 13, going to Western schools, and now I know the answers of all what I was trying to find is here in this room. Thank you all.
It's hard to really translate what we're feeling in this room. It is real. It is aloha. And he said it so well.
Max is
the people of
a
Samoa
man, and he's
represent
very
the oldest,
understated.
most senior members
In his
of our
community,
Polynesian
he's
family.
extremely
As we called out to the vast
connected,
Pacific, the voice of
involved,
Samoa
and
replied,
really takes
not
every
from the tropical
opportunity
island
to
chains
lift
below the
not
equator.
just the Micronesian community where he
right,
lives,
but from right here in the local
but
community.
everyone in his community.
Born in
He is
Lefala,
a
Upolu,
formidable
raised in Savaii
contributor,
and Tutuila,
a generous
residing
heart,
in Hawaii for a time, and then
generous of all
finally
his
settling here
resources,
in
again,
Zanti
to
Kahini,
lift
Juneau,
and
for the past 30 years.
reciprocate what he has
We are
been
honored to
given.
call upon one of our resident Matai, or chiefs, to offer a blessing today. Afio mailau afionga, tolu ma'anabe.
From Lefanga Upolu, Samoa, and now a resident of Juneau, Alaska, Tolumana Abe lives here now, and it's just really an amazing journey that she has taken to come to this place.
And it's not that your culture needs to assimilate. Not that your culture needs to assimilate to the culture of that land, because they remain very uniquely Samoan, and they parallel perfectly with Alaska Natives here. They eat, they laugh, they dance, they work hard, and they love.
My real name is Louis. I never used to stand like this in million people. I'm too nervous to do it. Hopefully, it can help me. Wa malama nei unu ngalo ma uftia le malo le te puitea. Ta oto nei tu la whasa ngā fōi maota le ata le tuitonga. Ta aloa li i le ata o le sa mona ngalo ai utu pōpō te vai tau whaari. Leila se seu e toi langa vale a wā wapa ia whale, wapa ia whafo, wapa ia runga. O lea ua otu wai i le singi ai o sau sau le moana. Pea o le whitalenga i le tua masanga. O te whata alofa, ma ofa alofa atu i le malanga, a le moana nui kea, e pea fua ai le nei whata singa, i lau susunga, i le whata nsili, ma le mamalu o le au malanga. Ma alo malanga manuia, a fio mai, tala mai a au. Whata alofa atu fōi, ma ofa alofa atu i le au fia. Ua poto mai mo le nei wha moe moe. Ma alo le soi fua manuia. O upo le tusi, le wha moe moe ua tau nuu, o le la au lea o le ola. Tā tau fia ia, ma wha fitai i le atua, ua tau nuu manuia le nei wha moe moe. Sa whau ao, whau pō. Se taimi o mua tu ama, le fua ma tatara le whiria rii i langi. Ma ina, ma ua manutia i tātou, uma i a au alofa, o le tapa au sili i le langi. O alofa nā, o alofa nei. E whaatasi le tua ma o tau, i auto manuia, ia manuia le whainga mlanga. Soifua, ma ia manuia.
Batia!
Hey, hey! Oh! Hey, hey! Oh! Ili, bili, 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 bili. Hacha! 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 Go back! Go back! Go back! Go Pati Malio!
And more heartfelt expressions by the Samoan community. It's important, I think, to remind all of our viewers here that this is not a performance. This is not a show.
No, it is a sharing, and again, Hokulea is at the center, at the forefront of bringing all these people together that have made Juneau and Alaska their home.
Absolutely.
Thousands of miles away.
And as Nainoa had said earlier, you know, looking at the Pacific as really the largest nation in the world, all from Taipei to Alaska, all the way down the Americas into the islands and Aotearoa, Rapa Nui, it's amazing. It's just on fire, you know, with pride and identity.
And again, not at the expense of the other.
The entire village.
You know, from little Ulithi, as Max would point out,
Right.
to much greater expanses of land.
We're happy
People,
forever.
things
Cook
like
Islands
Hokulea
is
makes
a
a
diverse
level playing
archipelago.
field where
Its
everyone is
people have
valued
strong
Right.
traditional
and brings
ties with
something
Tahiti
to the
and
fore
Raiatea,
to share.
Samoa
You know, as
and
we
Aotearoa,
bring
New
up
Zealand.
on tour to speak,
With
just
roots in
one
Rarotonga
quick
and
comment
Hawaii.
about how
It's an honor to
asking
introduce one of our
permission of
co-navigators.
others to do what you would
Aranatira,
like to
who has
do.
distinguished himself
And when
as
you're
a
told
Pacific
no, you
Voyaging
don't do
leader.
it.
Tua,
You don't just
Te
go and do what
Wataki
you
Rite.
want, like and some people in the world. I'm going to take this, I'm going to do that. This guy, Tua Pittman from Rarotonga,
Another small island.
another small island.
Group
He's
of
he's a
islands.
big boy for a small island.
Wow. Tammatiki e tamarangi e kappai runga kappai raro kappai na derangi e Arutaki na e Kamimo Hush Kamimo Hush Kamimo Uyo This is a chant from our islands in the Cook Islands. Very, very small group of islands that families, parents, children, sports teams, paddling teams, they come together to gather strength. And what it is tamatiki are the children of the land, the children of the ocean, and the children of the heavens, calling them to come together to uplift their spirit, to uplift their pride, and to push away their fear, not to hide it, but to conquer it by unity. So I thought it was appropriate that I do that chant here for you, with you, together, because we're about to sail away on a really, really important journey. And I chanted this chant to take the members of this gathering, your spirit, your family spirit, and your love with us. We may have had a fear, but we don't have that fear anymore because of you. And I thank you, and I thank you, and I thank you again. Meitaki, Meita ki mata.
Mahalo tua. Aotearoa, also known as New Zealand, is a place that is special to many of us. Two important reasons are the late Sir Hekenukumai Ngaiwi Busby and the iconic waka Te Aorere. His close relationship with Nainoa led to the robust resurgence of traditional Maori voyaging. Here to offer expressions of aroha is Maori voyaging leader and pole navigator Stanley Conrad of Te Tai Tokirau.
Hoi kou ki te tai e kou ki te tai e. Ara wāhi atura te maru huka huka o marere a. Piki ti atu te aurere kura o tataurangi. Tapa tapa ruruana. Te kakau o te hoe he au heke ana. Te tara tupu ana te huka o tangaroha. A ki te puhi whatu kura ki te himare kura o taku waka. Ka titiro i ahau ki te tai auta, ki te tai awaho, piki tūrangi ana. Te kakau o te hoe. Hei, o kumea te uru o taku waka. Aue, kei runga. Ki te kiri wai wai o papatuanu. E takoto mai nei. Ia! Au e kei runga ki te uru tapanui o tāne e tū mai. Ora whati whati rua te hoi o paupoto tauake ki te hoi o ngakura. E ari ki whatu manawa. Tō manawa e kura ki taku manawa. Kairia, kairia, ki wai o nuku. Kairia, kairia, ki wai o rai. Ora ka whiti au ki te whaia, ki te ao marama e. Kotahira, kotahira. Tukua ma kiki a piri, tukua ma kiki a tata. Ki papa tuanuku e te kotone. Ai. Ke rona tātou katoa ni tuku atu nia ki ke tātou katoa. Huri atu ke rātu ko whetūrangi tia. Ke huri o rātu nei tuara ki a mātou, haere atu, haere atu, haere atu. O ki ana mai ki te tangata, ki a canoe ora, ke tātou e rotu i te tātou ni whare. A tēnā rā tātou katoa. If I had to do that with actions, I think I would need the ambulance to take me to hospital. But, kia ora tātou katoa. I hail from the very part of the Southern Ocean. As you, we're very close to the Antarctic in Aotearoa. I just recited an ancient karakia, an ancient prayer from one of our tupuna captains of our tupuna ancestral wakas called Ngātuki Matawhaurua, and his name was Nukutawhiti. This karakia he used as he traversed one of our dangerous harbours in Aotearoa, called Hokianga Mau Karakia. He used this karakia to pacify the waves and to clear the way so his canoe could enter the harbour and land safely inside the harbour. So the karakia I've just done is to park and pacify the journey of Hokulea on its journey through here, through Alaska, and on its way through to the starting of our Te Moana Nui a Kewa. Yes, I do. We're all in the same when it comes down to our traditions, and we should have the same struggles regarding our culture and our language, but through the waka and through our language and through our traditions that we have come through. It's like
like my good friend Max talked about his genealogy, how important genealogy is to me and myself and my people, is we always make sure we connect our genealogy back to our ancient canoes, our ancient waka that arrived in Aotearoa. And just like to put out my warm thank you, and it's an honour to be here, especially to come here and on this journey here in Alaska. We give a big mihi to the people, the tribes of this place. It's very special. It's a journey for me because it's coming back here. It's like retracing where my elder Hector Busby came, and it's a great, for me, I've fulfilled that journey. It's not the last. Be back, not in winter time, be back in the summertime, because I think your winter's a little bit too cold for me. But I'm just honored to be here and to be part of this amazing kaupapa that's going to begin. And it's just great to be here and honor our wonderful day and all you here. It's great to meet a lot of you, and like the speakers before me said, you're warm, your hospitality, just awhi, we call this awhi. It's been awesome, and I'll take that back to Aotearoa, and if you ever come down our way, we'll try and better that when it comes to that. So so no reira, kia koutou katoa, huri atu kia koutou ngā kaumona o Hokulea, ko te matanga tō koutou ni haere, haere ki te manakitanga, i te atua i tiaki, i manakitia koutou, e kaumona ma, kia koe te kaihautu, e koe te hoa, e tua, mauri atu. No reira, huri no, hiri no, a tēnā ra tātou katoa. Kia ora everybody, kia ora.
That was amazing. You know, all of these speakers are speaking from the heart. They're so sincere, and always a little bit of humor kind of works its way in a little bit. We're going to transition now to the Heleo Mahalo.
The signs are all around
Hawaiian
us.
protocol.
We must heed the call for change.
And more chants about
The sounding of the drums of
of
nature
the earth.
is dire, yet the solutions are well within our reach.
The instrument that they're using is called oe, and you don't see it very often, but it's a board with holes attached to a kaula, and then when it's wound up and swung in the air, it creates the sound of makani, or wind. And so it can be used as a metaphor. It can be used as a approaching, almost a defensive, guarding, protecting what is yours from those who tend to take things away that don't belong to them. So the winds of protection, you see them using the oe traditional instrument.
Many you mentioned that it's not something that is often seen. To your point about this not being a performance,
Right.
it is an opportunity to share culture and story through chants and through hula in this way. Again, to speak about that kind of protection for the journey to come.
It also reminds us of the beginning of today's ceremony when there was absolutely no recording, including us, cut out of a part of the Alaska Native protocol, because it just simply is not allowed to be recorded by anything, by anyone at any time. It's a good reminder of humility and to listen and heed the wishes of those whose place you are at.
again, not a performance. It's something to be witnessed, to be present, and to just really to be aware of all that is being shared.
Yeah, every word, every song, every chant, every laugh, every tear, it's all woven together in ceremony. And so the ceremony is all directed toward Moana 4 years of absolute courage and making a statement to the world to protect our island Earth and the oceans therein.
Again, a universal call to everyone, to all peoples of all nations, again, to be aware, to be present, to take heed. The actions of today clearly will impact tomorrow.
As the sea levels rise and water encroaches onto shorelines and into homes and communities across the world, the need for planetary healing is now. The Moana Nui Akea voyage is committed to promoting action and positive change.
This hula is using the kilu or the puniu, and it's a very innovative presentation, again, of the reality of today. Being in a world where seas are rising and islands are disappearing, and to put these into traditional form, but in a contemporary reality and context is extremely inspiring.
Again, also testament to kupuna. And while we may face these certain challenges of today, clearly the kupuna of the past face their own challenges. So it is through their traditions that we speak to the times of today, the challenges of today. But to see the melding of what is old and traditional to be relevant and to send a message today.
That's a perfect word, relevance or relevant. That's exactly
in
it.
that same vessel of communicating again, chant, instrumentation, and just the voice itself. Even if you don't understand the lyric, if you listen to the drumming, you listen to the tempo, the tone of which they chant, clearly states there is a message here to heed, to pay attention. Ho'olohe.
Lance, who spoke earlier yesterday at the presentation, he asked one time, how come some of your songs sound so angry? And his answer was, because you keep stealing our stuff. So not all hula is about love and beautiful things. It's about aua, to hold on and to make a difference and to lapa au, to heal.
Also, I think it shows insight that 2 kilo is an integral part of all of us, no matter where you come, where you live, to pay attention to your environment and what is around you.
Looking outwardly and also looking in to yourself. Who are you and what are you doing? See the kilu or the puniu, which is the knee drum. It causes a pulse along with the chanters who use the larger pahu, the drum. the call at the end, Hei Loa no Kanaloa. This is a name song in honor of Kanaloa, the god of the sea, or a god, the main god of the ocean, of the moana, of the kai. And so Kanaloa is being called to heed the desires and of the people.
Himele no Kanaloa. So appropriate for
Ocean
this
voyage.
this voyage of Moana Nui Akea to bring attention to this.
Moana Nui Akea is a very appropriate name.
Nainoa
Great,
and Bruce,
broad
if you could join us
ocean.
on stage, please.
You know, Moana, you can't get more pono than that.
And
We'd
that,
like
that
to express
visualization
our gratitude
of what that really means. That
to the people who have
vast,
made
deep expanse
all of this possible.
Yeah.
of
And so
ocean.
Bruce and Nainoa are going to express that gratitude through the giving of gifts.
Another component of Hawaiian protocol is
We'd like
the
to call to the
ho'okupo,
stage
the giving of gifts.
And Indigenous
Fran Houston
protocol in
and
general.
Mike
These
Tagaban
ceremonies can go
of the
on for
Ahupua'a.
days, so you better
Please come join us.
get comfy.
Joe Nelson, Anthony Malat of Sea Alaska, Hele mai Olua. President Richard Peterson and Sarah Dibdall of the Central Council of Tlingit and Haida Indian Tribes of Alaska. And Laganai Liz Medicine Crow and Wahlagidak Barbara Blake of First Alaskans Institute.
Those that you see being called out here are those that have
The
been
tribal
hosts
welcome at Akwet was filled with the
of
presence
all
of the
Hawaii
ancestors.
delegation as well as
What we
Hokulea.
call mana. It was extraordinary. Each day this week was planned with thoughtfulness. The All Things Canoe Day was deeply inspiring, featuring the voices of Po and Tlingit experts. The Indigenous Education Exchange was rich with traditional native expressions and ancestral knowledge sharing. The catamaran ride on the Taku River to be with the Taku Kwan was filled with stories and moments to grieve and celebrate. And the UAS engagement uplifted powerful stories of our connections, followed by a wild party in the dining hall. And finally, today, we're here for the global launch of the Moana Nui Akea voyage. All of this took months and months of planning and patience, creativity and risk-taking, resources and more resources. At the end of the day, this is what Indigenous excellence looks like. We wish to present these gifts to express our gratitude and aloha nui to the Occoquan, Sea Alaska, Tlingit and Haida, and First Alaskans Institute. From all the people of Hawaii, mahalo a nui loa.
presented almost in lay style. This chant that is being done is a traditional chant for adorning or wearing lei for ceremonial purposes. The next set of prized makana or gifts, kahili, feather standards that are symbols of royalty, of nobility, of leadership, of those who guide and inspire their people. Feathers from manu, or from birds that fly high, closest to the gods. Treasured gifts that I know our cousins here in, as we say, Alaka or Alaska, will hold close for many, many years.
Symbols also of Kuleana.
Pole navigators Bruce Blankenfeld and Nainoa Thompson greeting them personally, expressing their sincere gratitude for hospitality, and I love the verb that's been used a lot, well-wishing.
Well-wishing.
Well-wishing, we don't say that enough.
These feathered emblems are called kahili. They represent the presence of royalty, of chiefs. Indeed, we are in the presence of extraordinary chiefs whose role it is to care for people and to feed the community, to protect them and keep them safe. So this is what we present to you as a reflection of your chiefly hospitality. How about a nice round of applause for our organizing coordinators who are amazing. Yes, please do stand. Please do make some noise. For these people who have not slept yet. We love you.
Task indeed.
We honor you.
Be responsible for the whole keeper of friends, families, and especially strangers who have now become family.
Randy Fong's comment about the attention to not just detail, but details. And this has been, and I've seen it from the other end, from Hawaii, regular, constant meetings on Zoom or on Teams, where these, everything that has been planned for the beginning, the launch, and for the 3.5, 4 years that will follow, have been so thought through. And I think Randy's comment just earlier, that this is what Indigenous excellence looks like.
At this time,
too, when you think about the planning of this,
in Hawaiian culture,
the change of
some of the most
is
important
the spontaneity
ceremonies
of things is
include
constant.
the drinking,
It looks
serving
really
of
great,
ava.
all the planning
Ava is
and
our
all
ceremonial
the paper,
drink made of a
assuming
pepper plant
that all things
that
remain the
lifts
same.
up
And then the weather changes,
the
and here we
esteem
are.
Here we are
and
inside the
dignity
gym.
of a ceremony.
It's a nice gym. You know,
At this time,
we
I'm
started
gonna call
earlier with
names
the opening of the
to people who
Ava
have been designated
ceremonially.
to represent your
But
community.
we're going to continue now
form an
with
Ava
the
circle.
serving of Ava. And it's
Quite a
led
number
by
of people.
our, from Kamehameha, our
And we're
Laiana
going to serve
Kanoa
Ava and we're going
Wong.
to drink Ava together
He's the
as a symbol
Haku
of our
Ava.
unity.
And so while the other parts of the ceremony were done earlier with chants
And we're
and
going to call
presenting
up to the
the
stage. I
Ava
think we'll have
to
One group
The
along the
Akua.
stage and
the
the other
Akua and the Aumakua.
here, so we form a circle.
Here we have,
We'll see what
I think it's
happens.
going to be about 60 or so recipients who will
Gonna
receive
call
their
up our
up,
Alaska
their
Native
apu or
family
the coconut cup, and
Joe Nelson,
they will be
Anthony Mulat,
enjoying all together.
Sylvia Lang,
So let's listen to
Sven
Randy as he introduces
Hawkinson,
who will be
Val
receiving
Davidson,
the
Barbara
ava
Blake,
in this
Min
portion of
Hobson,
our
President Richard Peterson,
global launch of
Sarah
Moana Nui
Dimble,
Akea here in Juneau,
Amelia
Alaska.
Rivera, Ralph Wolf, Renee Clark-Gunk, Fran Houston, Mike Tagaman, James Jack, Andrea Cariente Nelson. This feels like graduation. Right? Right? Todd Antioquia, Mary Lekanoff, Tony Malat, Lillian Hillman, Rob Sanderson, Renee Twitchell, Lyle James, Colleen James, Rosita Worrell, Davy Boxley, Ben Young, Herman Davis, Paul Marks, Yarrow Vara, Wayne Price, Sanuga Jana Willard. Right down here. Perfect. The Hawaiian folks will be down there. That's perfect. Aye. Louise Brady, David Kanash, Bob Sam, and then our Hawaii. Perhaps Nainoa and Bruce can be on the stage. We'll call the rest of our Hawaii people to form the rest of the circle out in front. Nainoa, Bruce, Lehua, Shorty, Pomai, Tua, Stan, Billy Richards, John Cruz, Debbie Nakanelua, Max Yarawamai, Kala Tanaka, Kaiu Lenny Murphy, Neil Hannes, Mark Ellis, Tommy Kaulukukui, David Lassner, Taryn Chun, Camille Masatoshi, Lindsay Alu, Susie Vares Lum, Jamie Fong, Pua Kamaka, Jenny Chow, Jody Kaulukukui, our 4 Paiwan family. Okay, we're doing pretty good. We're figuring this out. That's right. It looks very good. It's circle-ish. It's kind of a circle.
You know, Hawaiian ceremony is like the weather. You go with the flow. You never know what to expect. What was thought would be a simple ava serving to those of planning
it looks like
committees
we're all in
and the
place.
sponsors and
Somewhat.
what have you. It's turned into much larger, and so the
We're
challenge
going to begin
for
passing
the,
out
for
apu,
the haku,
which are
ava,
coconut cups used
or
for
the
ceremony.
ava preparer, and the lave, who are
And
the
if
servers.
by chance
We learn
we
these
need to,
things
we have
on
some
how
paper
to
cups
be
that we'll be
efficient, so that there
when
is
needed.
minimal movement to not take away
We're
or
reminded
distract
of the metaphor
from the
of a
sanctity
a
of
wreath, a
drinking
garland,
of the ava, the
which
embodiment
represents
of Kane the
children.
deity whose partner is
It represents
Kanaloa,
loved ones.
the ocean. How very appropriate for this occasion.
it represents unity,
Our
like the lei
is our
love,
server is passing out the
connecting
coconut
humanity
apu or coconut
the va.
cups into which ava will be poured and
What's happening now is the apu is
Shared.
being passed around.
with each other. There's Bruce Blankenfeld of the Polynesian Voyaging Society and Dr. Randy Kamuelafong of Kamehameha Schools.
It looks like just about everyone has an apu. And we'd like to have our Alaska family be able to hold an apu when possible. And those of us from Hawaii, if needed, can use the paper cups. Let's go ahead and see if we can get apu for our Alaska family. And save the paper cups for those of us who are used to. Thank you.
You know, sometimes when you need more
That way you
apu
can
to serve
experience the
ava,
drinking of
we
ava
have
through an
coconut
apu
trees
as
that
part
we
of our
can get
ceremony.
that make the apu
Mahalo,
from.
everybody.
Not many coconut trees here in Juneau, Alaska. Ha ha ha. But it's the ava itself
Okay.
that is the ceremonial element which inspires, excites, and calms all at the same time.
Okay, I think we've distributed all of our apu. I think we have a few more here. All of our Alaska have apu. Okay, oia ka mea nui. Oia ka mea nui. Aloha, Auntie. Aye, aye.
So there, Layana, who again,
Can
the
you
Haku
imagine what it
Ava,
was like
in charge
creating
of
a
this
list
ceremony, is giving
for
instructions
those who would participate in
to
the
the
awa?
lave lave or to the servers. So that
It was
they do
difficult because you want to
with
include everyone.
dignity and
And so many people
efficiency.
really belong in this circle. All of you, indeed. Thanks for your understanding. Okay, at this time, we will commence with the serving of the awa.
The ava being
we'll
served
ask you to
today,
hold
mixed with water, creating the drink of ceremony, is from the east side or the hikina of Mokupuni or Molokai. It is the eastern side of Molokai Island, an area known as Pu'uohoku. And so the ava was grown there, and I believe the ava type
Okay, ho mai kawa.
we're using here is hiva, which is very highly regarded and most appropriate for ceremony. It's not often that we describe all these things that are going on because they are private, but here, as we expand our ohana knowledge, our
May this ava be used to
family,
connect us.
let's listen to Layana.
Our boys are going to be working their best to move around and serve everybody as best they can. But we hope you guys can enjoy and partake in our ceremonial drink. Ava is the connection back to our land. It's a reminder of maintaining our roots to our places and reminding us to maintain our connection to our akua, who cares for us. And so thank you guys again. Bear with us as we share. Ia ka vai o ke ola a kanaka, ke ola ka lāhui, ke ola ka aina. Ola ka vai, ola ke kanaka, ola ka lāhui. E ola loa ka vai, e ola loa na lāhui, e ola loa na oiwi, ola ka vai ola a kāne.
Ola, ola.
O ka ava, ke kanaka. O ai ka piko o wakia, mo ke kānua ke kanaka. O ke aka ka ukou, ka i o ka mako. Ia ka vai ola a kāne.
The deity Kane is honored in this mele, most appropriate for Ava. Kevelina mai nei ke kini o lalo. In large Ava ceremonies, often a vessel or ipu, gourd, or sometimes long ohe or bamboo segments are filled with Ava so that the apu of the participants can be served efficiently in a clean way, which is in keeping with ceremony. Here we see Debbie Nakanelua Richards, who is with me in this role, but she's also receiving the Ava as one of the very, very much appreciated sponsors and planners of this global launch of Moana Nui Akea. This chant is repeated and will continue until the Ava is served properly. The students who assist with this ceremony are trained in advance to learn the chants, the dances, the ceremony. A lot goes into this, and we appreciate the eagerness of these haumana, or these students, to learn many elements of the nohona, or the way of life of our ancestors. The number of those who are partaking of the Ava is somewhere about 65. So they are called out specifically and invited. Often this is done all seated in a circle or in a hoaka, in kind of a rock. But again, the weather outside of this hale, outside of this structure, much rain outside. So we all come together under the shelter, standing for the Ava. Once everyone is served, the Ava will be sipped, and that will complete this section of our ceremony. Following this will be another dance presentation and another mele or song and closing remarks, and that will bring this particular global launch ceremony to a close. It still has a bit more to go. So your patients at home, all around the world enjoying this is much appreciated.
At this time, we just have a few more apu to fill with awa. We thank everyone for your patience. Maikai, Roa Poloa, Maikai.
They all have received awa.
I'm going to call out to you, Eo. Eo means answer me. And you respond back, Moana nui a kea. You try. Moana nui a kea. Once more. Eo. Moana nui a kea. Eo. Moana nui a kea. Eo. Moana nui a kea. That's a good rehearsal. Now let's do it for real. We're going to stop, we're going to think, and we're going to place all of our good energies in the right places as we bless our Hokulea launch for the next 4 years from these sacred lands, these sacred people. Eo! Moana nui a kea! Eo! Moana nui a kea! Eo! Moana nui a kea! Ei nui ka awa.
Drink of the awa. E nui ka awa.
We will now offer a pikai, a sprinkling of salt water and olena, turmeric, for cleansing.
Often in Hawaiian ceremonies, water, fresh water or vai, is mixed with pa'akai, which is salt, in a vessel, in an ipu, or in an umeke, a bowl, and the la'i, or the tea leaf, is put into the water and then sprinkled for cleansing. A third item here that joins the fresh water or vai, pa'akai or salt, is olena. Olena is the turmeric, which brings it to another level. And this is done for purification, for cleansing, not just of the individuals, but of the insides as well, so that everyone is in the appropriate frame of mind for this global
This
launch.
brings our sharing of awa together to a close. And as we ask you to, as you make your way to your seats, we'll collect our ceremonial cups so that we can use them for the voyage. And we will end our time together with O'A'ia, a special dance of resolve and resilience.
Yep, so our participants will slowly and quietly make their way back to their pakaukau, to their tables, to their noho, to their chairs.
Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo anui loa.
And our students from
Mahalo,
Kamehameha
mahalo
schools,
anui loa.
well trained in so many things, will
Thank you
perform
for participating
a
in
drum
our
dance,
Ava together.
hula pahu,
Blessings and goodness.
well known throughout
Blessings
Hawaii
and
and
goodness.
really today around the world. People have witnessed Auaia as a
Blessings
dance of
and goodness
holding
to all of
fast,
you.
a dance of resolve and commitment dedicated to
Aye. Blessings.
the ocean, Kanaloa. So the mood lightens up a little bit. We go up and down in quiet, and then a little bit of a laugh and people helping
Yeah.
each other to their seats.
Beautiful. Au a ia e tama e tōna motu. O tōna motu e tama e au a ia. O te tama i te huli nuu. O te tama i te huli au. Huli hia pāpio. Buenos dias.
Auaia will be performed, the drum dance, and after the Hawaiian portion comes to a close, then as we began with our hosts, Alaska
O'a means to hold on to
natives,
something.
will bring the entire
O'a means we will hold on to our
to a
culture.
wonderful close.
And to the things that matter in this
celebration.
world.
Awesome.
Strong statements which you have made throughout your whole lifetimes, and which you've especially made this week and are sharing together with you. Auaia e tama e tōna motu.
The pule is made. It sets the stage for all things, all energy, all that money going into this ava. So that which we have consumed is of good thoughts and deeds to be manifested into all that we pray for.
Very specific, I think, in its form and function. But over the years, and you know this as we're both po'e hula or hula people, it really has kind of evolved to a symbol, an icon of reclaiming our heritage, reclaiming land, reclaiming the ways of our kupuna, and as you mentioned earlier, Debbie, finding the relevance in what they did 300 years ago, and we do it now, maybe for different reasons, but it's relevant, it's powerful, and it's ours to share.
Again, same intention, all of these practices, of which includes language. As we heard repeatedly today, the various dialects that were spoken from the podium, just a huge part of what is to hold on to.
It's, and your point about languages, the Olelo Hawaii today, where it is today after 40 years of hard work. The same thing here in Alaska with their languages. But what all of these practices, especially with language, is then your cloak of identity. And always remembering too that not everyone in our family or in their families are going to really be able to understand the language as well as others. So it's not meant to divide. It's meant to really to support our collective.
From all the
heritage.
people of Hawaii, from all the people of Hawaii, Mahalo anui loa. Thank you very much.
Manu, as you had mentioned, we had opened with the Puukani, the section of Hawaii and our sharing of tradition and culture today. We end and bring to a close in the same manner.
We now wait. We wait for the lead that we take from our hosts. We'll see how we continue from this point. We're almost towards the
At this time, our
panina,
Alaska
or the
hosts
closing.
will close the global launch ceremony, after which we invite you to a 10-minute ritual by the Paiwan tribe out in front. They will be burning millet to create ancestral smoke for the presentation of a special pottery to Nainoa and the Hokulea for the voyage. Please join us at that time. Mahalo.
Honachawe wuke. Honachawe wuke. Yadachnach a Singit Shah Haka Dak Hasaw Shaha Yayagi Shakat Ku away Yatuadlak Jayga Gengyach to us to go that you Khachtatani Yahatla Has Hadlak Has Hasik Has had the Chankian. Utusaku aya hatla has yananach kuzati yahakusti. Honachwe hatuasaku. Hakina aya. Yehaskachtu lashat. Yashawat Shah. Chaklakoe hatuati kahayatki. Has to kach aya yach atu daily. Yekwati yaha ane kach. Adachawe hashatsini. Kachatu washku yahatachkan kisani. Kheka hasawasku. Wasa ishan day nawe uhan yayi that a day awe one kanins yakututsati. Adchawe ko hatu yak ayayagi. Gushisaku a klein atawe hachit has our shot has our tek. Yak a hawutin. Heshwatusaku one nachsawe. Ha in away ye has yawas kayan. Keshayachuti you hatangitin. You hayish atki. Yetki. Yijit chaya gachtush l'shat. Ya yidat koa. Yende ya yan tudlak. Yende ya yan tudlak. Ya ha yuchatangi. Ya ha kusi. Adea ya kutudzati. Wash yis ish ka yis kla atina khati ayatki shakat khuutin. Teshachi dakhaya. Yehas gachtil shat. Gonna cheese for the wonderful ceremony that we have witnessed on the lands of the Akquan people. While we were sitting and enjoying two of our matriarchs
reminded us that something happened today that we should address. There was a time not too long ago in Alaska right now, 1 out of every 4 people are Indigenous. 1 out of 4. There was a time not too long ago when 1 out of 4 of our children were taken from our homes. When 1 out of 4 of our women were sterilized without their permission. The complexity and the inhumanity of colonization is sometimes hard to grasp. We had a gathering here called Klekiak, and one of the uncles from the Voyaging Society explained it to me very clearly. It's not just coming and taking a place, it's not just coming and moving in. It's prohibiting entire ways of being, outlawing the ways we create our warrior societies, causing intentional harm to our women, taking our children from our homes, taking our language and prohibiting it, making our ceremonies illegal on our own lands, pushing us around to this village or that village. Every community has places where the Indian village was. But today, the Indian Child Welfare Act was affirmed and upheld. We celebrate that. When we talk about healing and unity, we talk about a world where future generations won't know this pain of having your people, your language, your ways of life taken. When we talk about decolonization, we're saying, let's make it a distant memory. Let's make it a place where the death of an indigenous language is impossible. These are the footprints that we are following. We'll imitate our ancestors, these wonderful beings who managed to hold on to so much for us. And it is our mission and our duty to go deep into the waters and get all that we can for our future generations and continue to affirm our sovereignty as Indigenous peoples. It's not an issue of race. It's an issue of Indigenous nations who are still on the land where their languages were born and will live forever. As one of our ancestors said, that we will exist forever. I'd like to invite IU up here for the next portion, and I want to just acknowledge Jamie Ann, Tin, and Jennifer Quinto for pointing this out to us, that it's something we should mention. We do best when our women are in charge of what's going on. let's move to the end. Sometimes say, we'll do best when women are in charge, and they'll come tell you what to do. Gonna chish, how ya you that konachoe at the tlitsin, the katayu katangi, washya kaya, wash isaku, naski aklazati, keka ako atakun, shinkit, hot kill, smelgach, iyak, atine chayati, dakun aklazati. So there are 4 indigenous languages of this place, what we call Southeast Alaska. And so we want to make sure that everybody knows that we cherish every one of these languages, strong together forever. Tlingit, Haida, Tsimshian, and Iyak. So I'd like to invite Kuyang, Ben Young up, a Haida language teacher, learner, speaker, language warrior, a hero of mine, Yitkoha.
dengan skill la awiyaga. Hat alasi atlan de langs kings as di kudengai la awiyaga. Koyang hinu hat kistina ki ang di kusnang su kwaga ijing di gedisling asu ijing. Dalang hat alais, dalang kanaga hat alais. Atlan gutlen katskitslu digging gudengai klatskaging. Is hat ayanu dalangan kilgeg di gudungan akwan a season kanagas hat dalangan sa kling gudungan. Gin dalangas das gin iwano ijin click eat cleaninga hideo dalang hayagan. Kli dalang kalagasa dalang kanagas hat I. Hello, good people. I'm very thankful for the Akwan to allow such amazing ceremony to take place here. And I'm very, very happy to be able to be up here with my son Kwaga, to be able to address you folks and to also give a bit of nice farewell and a safe journey to the Kanaga Hatai, our Hawaiian guests, our honorable Hawaiian guests here. On behalf of the Alaskan Haidas, I want to thank you folks. I want to thank you folks for being that shining, magnificent light on our Indigenous wisdom, bringing that Indigenous excellence to the forefront, both in the news, both in the media, on all of our radars, both in Southeast Alaska as well as around the Pacific. I couldn't be more prouder to be able to be here, to be able to help welcome you folks to our shores. To amplify what we do as Indigenous people, our traditions, our connections with the land and water,
and to make sure that
each
we have
other
balance. Now
is
we have
unmatched.
our Karas relatives speaking with us here, and
Koyang
is actually from the same island that I'm from, Prince of Wales Island. We'll be welcoming, the canoe in a couple of weeks, and we're very excited for that. The idea of balance. Many Indigenous people there is a duality of our existence. The old, the new, what is past, what is reborn. In Hawaiian, we reference is
before you folks leave,
that which is upright
after
and
this
that
evening's
which is
events,
reclined.
before you folks set sail, I'd love for you folks to be blessed with some words on your journey.
When the sun is straight above us at its highest
and it's my
point,
hope,
its zenith,
our hope, that wherever you go, the water is calm,
at its most
that the wind be at your folks' back, and that the Lord abides with you the entire 4-year journey all the way back home to
explain
Hawaii.
The symbolism or the protocol. It just really reminds us again that We are more
awet dalangan aju kasang. Ajis palangayu Robert Davidson Hotsins Glenzu Klatayan. Astiu aji kwagas gan flas dalangan aju sang. I wanna leave you folks with a song. And this is a song that we sing by Robert Davidson, Hotsins. It's sang at any transformative event. And the happiness, the inspiration, the excellence that you folks bring by bringing all of us together here. It's a very appropriate occasion to be able to sing it. The song is Have a Light Heart on Your New Journey. And I almost want to add to it, because you're in Southeast Territory, have a light heart and have a heavy belly on your new journey as you go through our waters. This isn't Hadas Kligai, this isn't Haida land, but I love Haida acoustics. So maybe while we drum, you folks can clap your hands. Let's try it. Goose hawk, almost.
Right now you can see Koyang has everybody engaged and clapping along in unison, and it really connects us all together, doesn't it? You could see Koyang and his son, they've got this silver jewelry on and these bracelets similar to mine. And from what I've been told, the way that we started engraving, another commonality that we have, tattoos. We share tattoos. And from what I've learned, there was the time when tattoos were forbidden and taken away from us, and we weren't allowed to wear markings. And so what our people did was put our markings onto something that was accepted. And still wear our markings. So
One of the things that has been replicated from Aotearoa to Hawaii to Anake to Alaska is the Aha Punana Leo, the language nests. So one of the things that we saw from here going to Hawaii, usually when people say, "Want to go to Hawaii?" I say, yes, of course I want to go to Hawaii. But folks have been going there for a long time to look at what's going on with language revitalization, in particular by building a P through 20 system, so preschool all the way through PhD. So there's a number of folks, Gail DeBalas, Florence Shakely, a number of folks, Mary Folletti, who have implemented language nest efforts here. Gloria Wolf, Mary Knudsen, many folks who have seen what has happened over there. And there is a functioning language nest here in Juneau for Tlingit. It's called Hayukatungi Kuti. And then there's one for Hatkil, which is Hunsinglai, which is in Heidelberg. And Kuyang, Ben Young is the teacher, one of the teachers there, and a driving force behind this. So it's wonderful to see our children speaking our language, listening to our language, making jokes in our language, and taking control of the language. And we want to say ha'a and kunachish to all of our relatives from Hawaii and Aotearoa for leading the way and giving us something, a model to dream that impossible dream. Kunachish. Hadeya Kanajuk Eute East Hanachawe Ach I Ausatu Yahayukatangi Ha Achit Wudishi Hoetsucho Ach Kachte Yanas Ach Hayukatangi
When we have gatherings like this, we call it the doings or the parties. And for a lot of us growing up, one of the best parts about having these gatherings was being able to bring in our elders. And here we have Herman Davis coming, and he's from Shikakwan, and he'll share words with us, but he's a Tlingit language speaker and a teacher over across the water. And so for some of us who are young, it's where we first start to be able to absorb that for the first time.
Amazing. I just saw Lance, who's speaking. He's just becoming one of my favorite people. But but even again, the humility and acknowledging us, but we acknowledge Aotearoa or New Zealand at the beginning of, from their Kohangaleo to language nests, the concept, private preschools, Punanaleo in Hawaii, and now here. And because he went to school, he's a student of one of the founders, Pila Wilson, of the language nests and the concept
on the maps
40 years ago.
You might see us.
It's amazing that
we call it she.
And just the acknowledgement. We don't need to be acknowledged, but let's move it forward. Let's keep going.
Which can be confused with
I think oftentimes we forget.
Those are all different places.
In the Western
we just
world,
learned
the origin of something.
Okay.
Who it came from. Why
I want to
it
acknowledge
started.
the community.
So again, this constant acknowledgement of where things came from.
And as Marina said too, it's always having the presence of the elders there, either in school or in the family gatherings, so that they can see what's going on. And but what are the kids doing? And they get delighted that the kids are beginning to speak, and they're appreciating, they're fighting and playing in a traditional language, which is extremely relevant.
So we wanted to give them a chance to speak.
And it's validation of one's sovereignty. So beyond just the speaking and the literalness of language, it is worded, it is rooted in who we are as a people.
Yeah, I love that when he said earlier about, they come here and our beautiful mountains, they all have names, but they take the names away and they put their own name on the mountain. Mount Manu.
I like that.
No, but it's pretty. The word in Hawaii is maha'oi. It really makes you think. People go somewhere, they go, how many trees should we leave up for your totems? Come on.
Yeah.
And you said, all of them
actually
plus
more.
one. That's great. But it's the consciousness. I love it.
We have
And right now we have a Kiksadi woman.
We're really grateful for having this
who is
opportunity.
addressing us, and
For those of you
she
who
leads
don't
the
know,
Herring Protectors, which is a group over in Chitka that has been
folks came to
working very
Chitka,
hard over the last
and
few
we were
years
able to
to
share
protect our
our
precious
song
herring
with you.
from the sacro fishery that has been
And we wanted
devastating
to
them
make
for years.
sure
We
that
had listened to her
send you
speak
off
yesterday.
what you did
Yes.
today
And
just brought such
most of
great
us had no idea
love and
that there was
warmth to my
overfishing.
heart. And
So
we're
for her
so
bringing it to
grateful
light,
We
bring
have that at
to
home
front.
also, but it just
Our
sort of
clan
becomes so
leader,
regular
Ray Wilson, is
that we don't
here
even,
as well
even think about it.
as
Except you're paying, $20 a pound
Andy
for
Ibona
tuna, for
from
ahi.
Tanahit.
It's just,
And we have people from
Well, it's,
all the houses.
the
that
robbing
live
of our
here.
languages, the robbing of our babies,
And
the robbing
I
of our
know that we
herring,
are short
always
on
taking
time.
from
And
who we
so,
are.
we want to
when
sing you at
balance
least
as you
two of
take
the
and give.
songs that come
So it's
from
time for us to
Chitka.
start
And-
giving again.
again, the raven and the eagle,
For you to know
balance.
Yeah.
yin yang,
that
Cool.
Volca, Makai.
You have a little bit of raven energy. I feel like you're a little bit of little tricky.
That's, he's a
And,
manu.
I saw you eyeballing my jewelry.
You
I was gonna tuck it away.
It's funny because my mother's
This is a
maiden
time
name
of
is
great
Ravi,
fear.
and
This
that
is a
means
time
raven
of
in
great
Swedish or something.
confusion.
Wow.
Raven,
And
then
that
my
what we need
Hawaiian
is
side,
strength.
it's a
And
plover.
so that's what we
how-
hope
that's
our
the kind of
songs
bird
and our
family
presence, our out
koala.
will bring you is strength
Plover
as you
and
go out
raven.
from here and you are gone from your homes for 4 years, just like
And his
Kaka's
name
group,
being
our uncle
Manu,
was.
just
Bird.
bird.
And I think
It is
to add to that,
Bird.
one of the
Really?
things that we do with the Herring Protectors and in our community is
incredible.
we not only
like all
strength, we respond with community. We respond with families. We respond by coming together and sharing our hope for the future. So this is what we're feeling like, is we wanted to bring out our precious Atu. And so I'm almost done. But I just, I just have to
Our
say,
precious Atu, our
I
precious
got to hold
regalia.
my great-granddaughter for the first time today. And where is she? Kusawa. Yisa. Kashish Klaka. Yandiska Sakika. Louisa. How good. She's shy. So I just, this is what we're here for. We have 4 generations here. And so I would hold, so you can't see her complete. I'm sorry, I just have to do this. She's 3 weeks old. She's sleeping in there by her mama. And so this is who we need to have that strength for. This is who we need to have that community for. This is who we need to have the hope for. And this is why we need to keep moving forward. So Atlain Chief, thank you so much for your strength and your courage and what you are doing for all of the people of the community of the Pacific. Chief.
Let's change the country on. Your country at the other jet. They couldn't say again. They are the other school. They want to have concern. They are the other school. There's cocaine up here, cocaine, ambassadors. Ambassadors of goodwill. They are in the Tony Ya das kawateri ya kawo. Ya sundatani ete. Aktuwa ya ke. Ya ade hasiyis hadiyate. Yikhud kakasa akhishas chikanede. Akhish hakaniyan shankakede. Hakaniyan kakwantan. Hakaniyan zaksuwede. Gonna cheese ya katiyade. Ya that yes. Gonna cheese. Yeah. Aksuwasi guyu kakhotane. Cheese not le has kokakoksa. Not le. Shaan kaaya. Aksuwasi go. Dakas kokoko. Yeah, they kick out Kazakh, Hawaii. Will all the Hawaiians please come out? Sheesh. This is all about you. The good work that you're doing. As I have said earlier in my speech, it's just as if all of you are goodwill ambassadors going to other communities in Alaska and possibly the rest of the Pacific. And the Pacific is very, very wide. And I hope that the Almighty will help all of you across the Great Pacific. And I hope that you'll all return home to your land on that island way out in the Pacific. I myself was in Hawaii. I still got some of your sand between my toes. Oh, by the way, there's one big pineapple stuck on my big toe. I can't get it out. But you are goodwill ambassadors. That's the way I look at it. All of you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please tolerate me. If all of you will stand and hold hands, please hold hands. All of you stand. Please hold hands. Now I'd like all of you to hold hands. And somebody on that end, Connect with them. Somebody on that end, another group, and connect with the Hawaiians. Come on. Connect with the Hawaiians. Are you all connected, Seth? Just as Austin Hammond said, we are like the forest, the trees in the forest. We are like the roots of the trees, going in all directions, going in all directions. And that's what's happening now. You have connected with Alaska, and all of the Tlingit people and all the people that live in Alaska are here. You are all connected to them. We are all related. We are all related. Thank you for so much for what you're doing. I just can't get enough things. The world isn't big enough for all the things that I want to give you guys. All of it. You are now related to us. All of you are now related to us. And by the way, the Koho people have adopted a Hawaiian from Hawaii. I think it's Clint Watanabe's dad. He's a Koho. And Clint himself is a killer whale, Duxawede. So we are connected now, slowly but surely. We are connected. Maybe someday I will go back to Hawaii. I don't care how old I am. And I'm gonna go surfboarding. Oh, boy, what do they call those great big waves? The ones that break is about maybe 25, 30 feet high. Even I'm going to be 90 years old in August. Wow. Now I really got to go over there. And before I go out on that surfboard, I hope I can see all of you. Because if I fall overboard, it's a long ways to swim back to Sitka. Thank you for all that you're doing. We are now all connected. And I want to say this too. I'm going to kind of use our language. The Russians, a long time ago, the Russians came among us. We didn't know what land they came from. But some were good, but some were bad. And this is how our relationship was with the Russians. But in the later years, after the Russians, a lot of names of all the places that had Tlingit names were taken away. It's just like the one you're going to now. There's 3 islands that connect almost together. I call them the ABC Islands. Admiralty Island, the one that's on Angoon is on Admiralty Island. And right across it is Baranof Island. Years and years ago, Hawaiians came to Sitka, but my brother was a chief spokesperson at that time. He was a chief spokesperson. And then Chichikov, where you were just last week, I believe. Huna. Huna is on Chichikov Island. And Sitka is on Baranof Island. Thank you for all that you guys are doing. And all the dances. that you all done for me. I only wish that I could sing a song for all of you. But I can't seem to think of any. Wait a minute. If I were a rich man, yabba dooby dooby, dooby 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 dum. All day long I diddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yabba dooby 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 dum. All day long I diddy bum. I build a big tall house with rooms by the dozen right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. And then I'd have one long staircase going up and one even longer coming down, and one more leading nowhere just for show. That's about all I can remember. Their language. Kedain got shot. Yeah, you Katange. Kedain got shot. Ohan, so ye high name. Ohan, so. She is a knock and a sock, yeah. When it was, our language was fading away. Hi, Jide Coxie Anasach. Hi, Jide Coxie Anasach. Ayukatange. It's coming back to us. It's coming back to us. And it's getting louder and louder. Yeah, Sunatani, yeah. Yeah, dear. Oh boy, I'm only 89. I thought I was supposed to start coughing like this when I turned 90. Thank you so much for all that you guys do. Thank you so much. All that are connected with all of you that are on the boat. The shore people that are directing this thing. And I hope the Almighty will hold the rudder with whoever is steering the boat. Whoever is steering the boat. So be careful when you travel on that big ocean. But that ocean wasn't big enough for all of you to hold hands and connect to each other. So, good voyage to you guys. A good and calm voyage to all of you that are on the boat. I hope that I will see you go like the way I'm coughing, maybe I won't. Because I just want to say, if all of you will tolerate me I'd like to sing the Lord's Prayer to them in our language. I'm with the Russian Orthodox Church. Oh. Tonight, okay. I'm going to sing the Lord's Prayer and sing it, but I won't finish it because the priest finishes the prayer in the altar.
We represent a mixed group of Shiitka. We'd like to begin first by thanking Akwan for allowing us to speak and to do songs on your land, Gunachish Akwan. We are going to do 3 songs. The first one that we're going to do is a Kiksadi spirit song, and it features the ladies, and we are just having the Kiksadi women who know this song dancing this first song. And before we do it, I would just like to say that I think even before we held hands in this room, we were all connected long before that. We were privileged, my family and I, to go to Hawaii in April, and we're actually deeply moved to discover how connected we actually are across this vast ocean, not only in our shared experiences of colonialism, but also in our shared experiences of resilience and linguistic and cultural revitalization, and the way that we're bound together by that was deeply moving to us. Also, we would just like to thank the organizers for the little bit of flexibility for us to be able to, since the Hokulea couldn't come to Shiitka, to bring a little bit of Shiitka and the best that we have to offer of our feelings of goodwill to you this evening. This first song is a spirit song, and it's a Kiksari spirit song. It's called Duch Ede Gach de Acht, and the words are taken from a speech by the late Charlie Joseph Sr., who was responsible predominantly in Shiitka for preserving scores of songs that we still have not only in Shiitka but also throughout Southeast Alaska. And the words to it come from a speech that he made that said, "That is why from now on, no matter how long they live, they will use it. Even when I enter deep into the forest from them, even then it will be heard on their lips," referring to the songs that he taught and how those songs would continue to be used by those generations who learned it. It's a song that features the women dancing, and we will be doing shortened versions of our songs so that we can keep things moving. Duch Ede Gach de Acht, a Kiksari newly composed spirit song. My Tlingit name is Yedi Kuka, and I am the daughter of Ashich Tla. And she shot me one of those Native women side eye looks when I said that we were doing 3 songs because we only planned to do 2. But it is her birthday today. And she just rocked it on that ladies song, which I don't know if you could tell, but it's really quite strenuous when the beat drops, as they call it. And so we'd like to quickly sing happy birthday to her. We're not going to do a shortened version, but we are going to do it faster so that it doesn't sound like it's a sorrowing song from our culture, how everybody likes to sing happy birthday. So we'll just, because she's 67. She's 67. She and I are both equally bad at counting, so we had to do that math. So if you could all just join me, we'll do it in English and then follow it up in Tlingit. And then after that, we'll do a quick switch of who's on stage. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Louise. Happy birthday to you. Sigu Yagi. Sigu Yagi. which isn't and many more. It's You Are Getting Old. We're going to do a quick switch here with the guys coming up on stage to do a men's song, and the women will stand on the sides of the stage. We are going to be doing a men's dance song that was one of the first songs that was taught to the Gajahin dancers in Sitka when the Sitka Native Education Program started in 1974. We'll be coming up on the 50th anniversary of the Sitka Native Education Program next year. And this is a song called Icht Ishan, also known as Old Sitka, that belongs to the Chukanadi clan. If the guys that are going to dance could make their way up here, please. And if we can spread the women who will be doing most of the singing out amongst the sides. And there are some people from Sitka who I see sitting elsewhere who I know this song. Don't make me call you out by name. We need those folks who know this song to join us and to sing. And you're definitely welcome to join us on either side of the stage with or without regalia, because we are Tlingit whether or not we have our vests, whether or not we have our robes, and we can sing these songs with or without the regalia. So anyone from Sitka who knows this song who'd like to join on either side of the stage to sing, and any of the guys who know how to dance it are welcome up on stage. Going to chish for your patience as we shift around. We appreciate the time to bring Sitka to this joyous celebration.
We'll do a little bit of the history here. This belongs to the Chukanadi, and it was composed by their ancestor Icht Ishan. Icht Ishan lived at a place called Gajahin, which is known on the maps as Old Sitka. And he loved his hometown. It was their summer camp, but he was out hunting and fishing and gathering for his family. He went by himself, and he got caught in a very, very big, long storm, and he thought he would never see his homeland of Old Sitka ever again. So he composed this song, thinking he was gonna die. He says, "For a long time now, I have given up hope of seeing my maternal uncle's land, for I'm going to the other world beyond." The second verse says, "It was my raven of long ago who loved this old Sitka. If I die there, I will not feel so sad." He did make it home from that voyage, and so this is a good song because he brought it back, and it's a happy song for all of our new voyagers. Chi. One of our Shadi Honey for Kiksadi, Mr. Wade Wilson, Anyanach would like to make a presentation at this time. Anyanach.
Can we get the Hawaiians to come up here again, and we have a little gift for them from Kickstarter?
Nainoa, would you come up?
We want to thank you for coming up here and renewing our friendship of brothers and sisters. We want you to go back and have a safe journey home because we want you to come back. We have a little gift for you to help you on your journey, and I'll say a little spiel about this one. This is just a frog figurine when it sits on a shelf. And when we touch it, as you see, all of us touch it, are putting our spirit into this frog. And when you go home, or if you're on a journey and you're going through tough weather, go ask this frog for help, because we're all in it, all our spirits of the Kiksadi people. We want you to be safe. Ask this frog for help, and it will give you help, because our spirits are in there. Our mother's spirits, our aunties are all in here. We want you to have this. We also have this box that we'd like to give to you guys. And you can put it in there. They'll be able. And the stick, the talking stick, that we'd like you to have as a gift from the Kickstarter. So we wish you and all your crew members all a safe journey, and thank you again for coming up and making everything good between us. Good cheese.
I want to, thank you. You know, I just want to confess that the single decision to not come to Sitka was from me. Our canoe in 2 years will be 50 years old. She looks new, but she's not. We are compressing time on an unsettled earth with making it too hot, changing to El Nino. The weather is not something we predict anymore. So we become much more conservative and we become much more safe. We squeeze down the time that we thought would be safe in your summer. And when we did that, we were out of time. I just want to say to everyone from Sitka, that decision was solely mine, based on our number one priorities: take care of the canoe and all those who sail. But at the same time, I want to say to Sitka, thank you for coming here. Again, this is where you have no fear about love. You're courageous, you're strong, and you do what you believe is right. So even though we denied the canoe going to your land because of the choice I had to make because of our priority on safety, I apologize. And I thank you for coming, allowing me to apologize to you. Because I know that it was a very difficult decision, but somebody had to make it. And that's the reality of leadership. This Mauna Akea will have 10,000, 20,000 hard decisions to make, and every one of them better be right. Otherwise, people get lost at sea. But at the same time, for your presence here, for you to come and embrace us, for you to come and thank us that you could be here, is another demonstration about how strong you are, because you always lead with love. And so with that, I am honored, and with that, I'm deeply grateful on behalf of us that you're here. And we know for us, for me, more than anybody else, it frees me to know that that difficult decision that must have been hurt people, it can be put aside at this moment, because love and care is stronger than that. Mahalo nui loa to all of you. Cheers.
Atlangan chi shaya shit hakwan ade aya yukai tangiye ade ay klech at yishi khonakhawe wuke ye awa ade wushtet zakhaniye ya dayach khonakhawe shawadane ich yisati qaanyetki ya yidat kagachta aq Clark aya yegartisani yahayejini chadehanayu ya qone ya hasituasagu in the dark dadaya ye hasji wani khana khai hadeka kwati yahajiwa qa hasuji yes a kau adi hasuji degartuti achitin Hosaku, Kunahawe, Kedanet Yisa Ach, Tikat Johan, Wasahatu Yak Eadat, Chak, Kunahawe to Chak, Keshkatu Sheet Aya, Yuchatunk, Chestakatat Aya, Katut Yaka Kwati, Achhawe, Atsaachiwe, Kunahawe, Katutitsini at Chish. Thank you to the people of Sitka, honorable people of Sitka, for sharing words and dance and song with us today. We're going to try and move fast through the rest of our agenda. We know you folks have been sitting and listening very carefully. Listening is sacred because long time ago, we never wrote anything down, but as listening is sacred, blessed are the brief, so we're trying to stay out of trouble here. You gotta do what you're told, but then you start getting we call it waktats, slamming the eyes, turning your head. It goes like this. So once you start seeing that, you're like, oh, we better hurry up. We have gifts to give. We'd like to invite the coordinators up to begin distributing the gifts. We do have to hurry through this part, and we just want to say, take care of yourselves as we continue to move through this event. Please be kind with folks who are coming around to help get the tables ready. We are going to be bringing out the meal. Your time is important. You are precious to all of us. We do have things to take care of. We have business to do. We're going to celebrate the gift giving with song. The way we do things, I don't know if we'll be calling out names, but if we do, or if we did, when you hear your name, you are supposed to yell out, not whisper, not say, but to yell out, hot, Blake, I already won bingo tonight. I'm taking home the prize. Okay. The phrase you say goes like this. Everybody repeat after me. Ha day.
Ha day.
Ha day. Ha day.
So
Ha day.
right now, Tune is explaining gift
have to
giving
be able to hear
and the
you.
way
We
that
have to be able
give
to see
gifts. And when we do that, we yell out "Ha day" as you hear, and you say that in response. We yell out your name, and you say "Ha day" in response. And "Ha day" means I'm over here. And if you don't yell out loud enough,
Ha day, ha day.
nobody's gonna know that you're over here. So,
And
how do we say
your
it?
beautiful elder.
Ha day.
Ha day.
Ha day.
Yeah.
Ha day.
But he's not gonna call my name.
Oh, you never know. Keep you on the edge of your seat. You can still say
Hi
hi,
Noah for
day,
his
hi,
words
day.
just now.
Welcome
that,
to day number 2
that
of
really
our
warmed
ceremony.
everyone's heart. As the Alaska planning crew had the privilege of working with these folks that you see on stage, and we're kind of condensing time right now because we're already solidly entrenched in our native time and in our native world. And what that means is that we are placed right between you and dinner. And that is never a good place to be as a native person. We have a few gifts that we want to give to very precious people to us. And we would like to invite up Nainoa, Bruce, and Uncle Randy. Please join us on stage. Yeah. You see the others joining us on stage are our board of directors for Sea Alaska, for First Alaskans Institute. Can you come up here as well? Sylvia, Valerie, Sven, and the executive council members who are here from Tlingit and Haida. Yes. Come on up on stage. Right in the center. Joe, can you come get our guests? Put them right in the center. Washlakidak, are you ready? Okay. So on behalf of the Alaska Planning Crew, Tlingit and Haida Central Council, Tribes of Alaska, Sea Alaska Corporation, and First Alaskans Institute, we wanted to recognize 4 really important people, and we want to make sure that you all know who they are so that you can see their faces. These people have spirits that lift us all up when things get tough. They remind us how to be kind to each other, even if we have a difference of opinion. And through this process of working together, they have showed us why we look to them for this light that has been spoken about so many times today. What you see in front of you, if you can hold it up, these are silver carved bracelets by Crystal Young, who is Haida. And these bracelets became part of our lives as Native people when the colonial forces and the religions that came here with them told us that we could no longer tattoo. And so these bracelets became our atu. And they are very important to us. They show our clans, they show our crests, and these designs here show the ocean. There are 4 bracelets because one of the people that you don't see is Auntie Lita Blankenfeld. We really wished that she could have been with us, but she is the silent force standing behind all of us right now. So with that, we want to gift these on behalf of the planning crew to Uncle Randy, to Bruce, and to Nainoa. And Bruce, can you please give it to Auntie Lita for us? Okay. We're modifying how we were going to do this so that we can condense our time. What did Hokulea just teach you folks? When your name is called, what do you say? Hade. Okay. So we're actually going to call a couple groups of people, and if you belong to this group, your response is? Okay. And then and then once you say that, stand up and stay in place, and our folks up here are going to run your gift to you, okay? All right? Everyone got it? Okay. We're going to do the first 4. Hold on. You guys stay there. I'm just going to call out the first 4 names because you already heard them. Nainoa Thompson. Hade. Wathagirak. There he goes. Okay, we're catching on. We're catching on. Bruce Blankenfeld. There he is. And Uncle Bruce, can you speak for Auntie Lita? Auntie Lita Blankenfeld. Uncle Randy Fong. Ian was going to, but no, it's just too, we gotta go fast. Okay. The next group I'm gonna call out. Pole navigators. Pole navigators. Please stand up so they can find you in the crowd. It doesn't matter which one. Yeah. They each get one. Poe navigators are receiving their Bentwood boxes. Yeah, they're standing. And also, captains. Captains. PVS captains. I only hear one. Just Mark. I didn't hear you, Kala. Okay. Okay. The captains need to stand so that they can see you. Where's Pomai? There she is in the back. We have 2 that I believe are not with us. So we'll have to send it to him. Russell Amamoti and Kaleo Wong. So we'll save 2 boxes for them. Okay, did you guys get your boxes? Yeah, somebody's not standing up. Now I'm going to have to read your names individually. Okay. Moani Haimuli. You got one? Catherine Fuller. Where's Catherine? Mark Ellis. You got one. He got one. Lehua Kamalu. Lehua got one. Billy Richards. Chad Paisan. Can you take it? Pomai. Hade. Jack Thatcher. We also have one for Paea Patal, who is, oh, you'll take it? Thank you, thank you. I will take Paea's. Jackie, you got one? Okay, are all those boxes out? So The boxes with the rope around them were made by John Garcia, who's here with us. He's Kagwantan. John, can you rise and wave? Over here. He said of those he said of the smaller ones with the rope around it, he calls them the clinket Tupperware. So you could put your food in there and you could keep it tied up and nice and fresh. The bigger boxes were made by Matt Carl Sr. from Heidelberg. He's not with us, but he makes these boxes for our community, and many people treasure them for our at'u, but also he uses them for mortuary and cremation processes as well. And these boxes would have accompanied you on a voyage, on a canoe voyage. They would have held all of your belongings, they would have held your food. And I just want to thank Matt Carl Sr. and John Garcia so much for making these, and to Crystal Young for making these. Okay, last round. Crew members. Crew members. You're supposed to say ha day and stand. Barb has them. Yes! Kamehameha staff. Kamehameha staff. Kamehameha students. Yep, they're all getting one. Yeah. So remain standing until you get your gift. After this, yeah. And then, yeah, that sounds good. Got it done. Okay. We have Thai Tokoro. Is someone here from Thai Tokoro? Awesome. Okay, he's right there. Yeah. Rorotonga. Rorotonga. Hade. Paiwan. Paiwan. Yeah, Paiwan. To the princess. Ooh, is it Ulithi? Ulithi. Am I saying it wrong? Ulithi. Where is he? Short. There he is. Lafaga. Did I say that wrong? Lafaga. Who's here from Lafaga? Okay. Randy Fong. Where'd Uncle Randy go? Can someone receive this gift for Uncle Randy? Hade. And you might as well Liana Wong. Jamie Fong. Jamie Fong. Kilinahe Coleman. Kilinahe Coleman. Melahina Groves. Okay, there we go.
Wushin, Hatya. All right. So we're going to practice this song really quick. All right. So if I can get everybody repeat after me. I had some help with correcting the way I ask everybody to pronounce it. So I'm going to cheesh for looking out for me. So really quick, if I can have everybody repeat after me. E. Cha. Dud. Tle. Sin. Again. E. Cha. Du. Tle. Sin. Okay. And the song goes. E. 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 Yeah, what? So, for those that received your gifts just now, you have to stand up and dance. You don't get to sit down on this part. Your boxes, you gotta bring them up. You gotta dance hard. And for those that are getting ready to eat tonight, you gotta stand up and dance too. Here we go. Ichadutletzin, Ichadutletzin, Cook. So everybody go and stand up. Everybody go and stand up. Hold your gifts up. The gifts that you just received, go ahead and hold them up. Ichadutletzin. Ichadutletzin. Hey, all right. If I can ask my Kakwantanit. Aku.
Gonna cheesh. Yeah, Yidet. We'd like to invite Wasal Kidak, Blake up, Gwinnett, Anthony Malotz, Chashi Ish, Richard Peterson, Joe Nelson, Laganai Medicine Crow, for the signing of the Declaration of Sovereignty, Relationship, and Collaboration across Moana Nui Akea.
Dalang Hadala is, Atlant is Asdi Gudanai Lagang, Francis Demert Peel Di Nan Uijang, Sandra Demert Di Au Uijang, Ken Johnson Di Had Uijang, Wafal Girak Hinudi Kiang, Barbara Blake Atsatai Hinudi Kiang, Hani Shnishna Yak Hatsai Hinudi Kiang, Gaya Last Gustu Di Kwalangang, Di Yak John Gagang, Hik the Hung Lai Us Ijang. Hi, everybody. We saved the policy for last, which is, I was like, why did we do that? I'm the only one who gets excited about policy. But in all seriousness, we got together and we've been talking for a while, and actually this idea of this declaration started with Byron Malott.
And the policy is
I had
the
the
Declaration of
opportunity
Sovereignty,
and the honor
which
to
is
work
supposed
underneath
to,
him for 4 years when he was
strengthen
our
our
lieutenant
relationship
governor.
and establish
And through that
the
process,
connection
he was
that we
always
have
thinking
across
about
this ocean.
shifting
And
the
so
dial,
what we're
shifting
going to
our
witness
trajectory just
here
a little
today
bit so that
is
we
the signing
could
of
end
this
up in a different
Declaration
place
of
down the
Sovereignty.
road.
And in our way,
when we were
for
talking
something
about what
to
it
be
would look
legitimate,
like
for
through
something
Moana
to be
Nui
real,
Akea,
we have to have
what it
witnesses
could mean
amongst
in
us.
terms
So
of
that's
policy
what we're
and
doing
changing
now.
the face
Well,
of
and
how
you know,
the
back in the
world
day when a
sees
handshake
Indigenous
was
people,
good
how the
enough,
world
today
sees our
having it
knowledge
actually
systems,
in
how the
writing
world
is a good thing
understands
because it
what
spells
we've
out
always
what
known
you're
is
really
that
agreeing
the
to.
caretaking,
And so
the
the
balance,
signatories
the
will be
honor
who?
that we share
The ones
with our
on stage, or
non-human
are they
relatives, our
presenting it?
oceans, our
The
mountains,
signatories
our
are
animals,
going to be coming
that
up to
it
join
has
us.
always been a level of reciprocity.
To your point, Manu,
one that is
all Indigenous
built
people
on a
came
foundation
from
that our ancestors
oratory,
have told us will last
traditions,
for 10,000
spoken
more years
language,
into
spoken
the future.
word,
And
spoken
so when we think about the
that were
caretaking and the
held in
responsibility of our
generations
indigenous,
that came
indigenous
after,
peoples
and
of
then
this place,
the
of our
world
oceans,
changes and evolves.
one
Well,
of the things
we
wanted
experienced
to
this at
least
Kamehameha with
attempt
Aha
here in
Moana
this
Nui
space
Akea. So
was to set the
declarations
northern
have been
anchor
created
in
and
a
have
way
been
that
signed by,
was meaningful,
and that
in a way that demonstrated to the
consortium
world the
includes
importance
Kamehameha
of this
Schools,
indigenous
the University of
caretaking
Hawaii
that we've
System
always
Bishop
understood as our
Museum, and the
And so
Polynesian
tonight,
Voyaging
I
Society.
have
But these declarations
the
have been
honor of
signed by
standing here
Alaska,
with some of the
Rapa
Alaskan
Nui,
Steering Committee for the Federation of
Taiwan,
United Pacific Peoples,
Taiwan people
Magunai,
in
Medicine
Taipei,
Crow, Joe
Aotearoa,
Nelson,
Tapu Atea, Rapa Nui, and so
Micronesia as well.
Micronesia, yes. And it's again, it's not the power of what we call the Pala Pala, which is a written document, but it really shows a cohesiveness across. So now, I guess we're doing it here, and I'm curious to see, to hear, and maybe you can explain a little bit more. So, committing to the sovereignty of the people,
be residual and something that could
And
go out
the
into the world
ocean
as
that
something
connects us as
that was
well.
meaningful
Ocean.
for
So
the world
it's just,
to hear and understand where
it's just
we're coming
adding
from.
more
This
power,
took many hours
more teeth, if you will, from a
conversations.
shark sense,
The
more
conversation
teeth
started
in the
at
whole
First Nations
effort.
Futures,
That is like, we're not only
First
supporting
O'Neill.
you spiritually and
It started at
physically,
First Nations
heart,
Futures,
but
but
we are
it
saying
kept
this,
and
we
continued
agree to
on at
this, and
Hokulea.
that. It's wonderful.
It's been happening in
Wonderful.
Aotearoa at First Nations Futures
Yeah.
when we were gathering there.
Yeah.
And then just
Again,
this
I think
week,
it's
we had the opportunity to
strengthening
sit along
what
many
we
of you who
already
came to the
know
public policy,
exists, and that is
Pacific
found.
Policy
Yeah.
Forum and give
It's just
your thoughts
reaffirming.
and ideas.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm going to read the declaration.
Oh, okay, here, let's listen
that
to
took
the actual
countless
verbiage,
hours,
and then
many
we'll be
years
clear.
to create, and hopefully honoring Byron by doing this in a good way. The Declaration of Sovereignty, Relationship, and Collaboration across six Lak Sunda. I'm really bad at Tsimshian, sorry. Yestuch and Moana Nui Akea, and the ancient water highways and corridors that connect us. The first and continuing ancient law of Sisk and our covenant is to acknowledge and affirm as the indigenous peoples of the Pacific the spirit and sovereignty of Siks Moana Nui Akea in and of itself, our own and each other's sovereignty as indigenous peoples. The ocean is our collective jurisdiction. The eternal kinship and responsibility we have to Sisk and to each other back to the beginning when our ancestors became part of this world. Our interdependence with Sisk, the fresh waters, lands, and animals that feed it, and the ancient pathways that our peoples traversed for millennia, forever connecting our hearts and the fates of our nations. Upon signing this declaration, we affirm and agree that the Indigenous peoples of the Pacific shall forever be its stewards. It is our sacred and legal duty to enact, protect, and advance this law in perpetuity, as did our ancestors. These ancient ties of kinship and interrelationship with the ocean shall never be severed. We are the peoples of the ocean and will remain so until the end of time. We will never cede our love, care, responsibility, and connection to these waters. Across, upon, and in the vast waters, our ancestors made their homes and livelihoods, and we join them in these precious ways of life, ensuring its safe passage to our future generations for the benefit of all peoples. Our inheritors in every succeeding generation stand vigil to ensure that during our lifetimes, this responsibility is fortified. Therefore, with solemnity and reverence to this ancestral imperative, we, the citizens of the Indigenous communities across the Pacific and our allies, unite our voices to recenter the world on the importance of the Pacific Ocean and the criticality of Indigenous stewardship, knowledge, and leadership on behalf of Sioux. Our ocean needs our voices now more than ever. Where our leadership and decision-making has been removed, a wound was created that affects the entire ecosystem, impacting the world's well-being. Together we will end this separation and create new pathways for healing, repair, and transformation. We stand here today, the descendants of ancestors who lived life by this law, and so too shall we, until firm in our obligation to protect the waters that we call home. United firm in our obligation to protect the waters that we call home. All those who stand with us in this endeavor are invited to join us in renewing our rightful role as the inheritors of this responsibility to replenish and safeguard our ocean home for the well-being of those yet to come. With reading that, we have our Federation of United Pacific Peoples Steering Committee who are going to sign it. We also have Khunmagu and a few other of our folks with signing pages for anybody else who would like to make this declaration with us today. And I would also ask Uncle Nainoa if you wouldn't mind joining us here on stage. We'd love to present this declaration to you, Nainoa, in hopes and in it would be our honor if you would consider carrying this with you on your journey to see if other nations would be willing to also consider signing this.
What an important document to sign.
It's really obvious
really
that,
fortifying and reinforcing this.
Today and tonight is an expression
what we already
of,
come to know and to learn, but for
all the
others
gifts that
along the path,
all of you
along the journey of
have
Hokulea
given
and
to the
Moana
canoe
Nuiakia
to
to be
take
a
with
part
us.
of as well.
That was what we call in Hawaii.
Is from your love, your care, and your safety, your prayers. They matter.
Asking as a request and answered surely.
That
to take this document everywhere you go and promote it. So Hokulea has a new job.
the ocean could be a pretty unforgiving
expanded
place
job
if you're not
description.
prepared.
Yes, yes.
It'll put you on your knees quick.
Also reaffirming that we are family.
And sometimes there
30
are no
years ago,
answers that are
when that
obvious, and
first
sometimes
gift
there's
was
no
given of the spruce logs.
training. Nothing in your training
On that
prepares
day,
you sometimes for
Pinky Thompson
that
was
unchanging world
present.
out there.
He was the president
Sometimes,
of the Polynesian
in the
Voyaging
black of the
Society.
storm,
Also present was Tom
all you can look at
Pu'ukui
is for something
Sr.,
much
who
larger
was
than
the chair
yourself.
of the Office of Hawaiian Affairs.
Bigger,
And
deeper.
The
What
logs
you give
were
us
gifted to them
is
to be
strength.
the recipients of the people,
What you give
of
us
the lehu of
is
the
courage.
population at that
What you
time.
give us
And
is the
today
belief
we have
that you're there.
Nainoa, We have
Judson Brown always said,
his
Judge
children.
Kukui now is the son.
Yes,
dream.
and so also
do
present
know, Nainoa,
is
we know
Tom
that you're not
Kukui Jr.
That's what I mean.
ready.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
and
that you're
his
scared.
daughter
Yep.
and his grandson.
Yes.
So there are also
And that
3
fear
generations,
is like
as
an
is
anchor.
Nainoa, and his children are here as well.
And that anchor's
So
called
we, again, the continuum of generations, the
courage.
continuum
It's called
of Mo'oku Auhau,
doubt.
these genealogies
He said, "Don't
that
doubt."
tie us
That's
together.
a metaphor, if you want to call it a metaphor. I don't think, I'm not liking
Look into
the
the
word
wind
as much
and know
anymore.
that is
But I
us.
say from one tree to the next tree
That
to
we're
the next
with you.
tree, which creates a forest.
That's where this
Family
kind of
tree.
very
Again,
deep
this whole event
strength
is a
that is
family
not in the
reunion.
training
But that's a perfect example of
comes from
multi-generational
that lifts us off the
witnesses
deck, stand
to
up,
what was begun
and
not
face
just
the
30 years
wind.
ago, but it was a landmark. You know,
All
the
the
gifting
gifts
and
you
the
gave us
receiving
today
of the Sitka
up to
spruce
this moment
logs to create a
strength in
Hawai'i canoe.
But this
A lot of our own
declaration-
people at home
This
don't know that
declaration
story.
is an honor.
And maybe that's our job. We have to hold
It's a
Hokulea on
privilege.
ourselves to go and make sure that everybody
This
knows that
declaration
story.
is talking
so when they're
about
wondering, like, what are
vital
they doing in
importance
Alaska?
that we
Well,
must
let me
achieve
share the story and
in the
share
Pacific.
it.
We must
And
achieve
I think it's being
unity.
shared right now, right here, this
We
evening.
have gone.
So for Hokulea's chapter of Moana Nui Akea to be able to reshare,
Its
retell
strength is
that
gonna
story
be-
of
that strength of
connecting
that
that
voice is
started
gonna
years
be
ago.
when we're in
And
the
we know
collective,
from
not in the
writings
things
that
that divide us.
these gifts would come from the sea.
What holds us together?
They're not from our forest.
This is an honor.
This is the forest
and a
that it
privilege.
came from this
Hopefully to
land,
take
from
this
these
to
people
anybody
that
that wants
washed
to
on
be a
our
part.
shores,
Yes,
that
it's-
canoes were made.
It's funny, you know, the kids, there's no nursery rhymes, just silly nursery rhymes, really about nothing. And the reason why they know them is because people keep repeating stuff that really has not a whole lot of meaning.
That is
But why
now
not
gonna
share
go
stories
circumnavigate
like
the world.
this
Your
and
way
make them kid friendly?
helping
Well, like a long time ago, these logs came and this canoe was born.
shine in the light.
Simple.
Courage.
Instead of,
Yeah,
you know,
long time ago
eating
in a
the porridge,
land
red-
far away.
Yeah, the three bears and Goldilocks or whatever her name was. We've never met. I never Goldilocks. Who's her grandma? I don't know who's her grandma.
We don't know her family.
Anyway, we don't mean to talk over Nainoa, but Nainoa is such a gracious human being, you know, and that was probably the shortest address he's ever given to anyone ever, right there.
Again,
Well,
the acceptance,
on him.
yeah, the acceptance of a gift,
It's-
and of course a kuleana
Yeah.
for Hokulea.
Take this declaration and share it. You can't force anyone to sign it, but you know, he's kind of he's like a raven. He's kind of convincing.
A little convincing.
Again, to
Oh,
be able
boy.
to share that, I would not imagine anyone wanting to lend their name and their nation to a document such as this,
Yeah.
to really
Yeah,
reclaim.
who wouldn't want to? Right. Well, that's the the power of the pen. Here's the pen, you know. But we still believe in the power of olelo, of the word. You know, there's a saying in Hawaiian, "Ika olelo no keola, ika olelo no kamake." And so when we say sticks and stones don't pierce your eyes, will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's not the indigenous thinking, because words can hurt you, and you have to be careful and intentional in expressing what you want to express.
Excuse me, I just wanted to let everybody know that the president of Douglas Indian Association couldn't be here. We are the land-based historic tribe that our basal descendants are of the Aquan and the Taku Kwan. He regrets that he couldn't be here, but he'd be honored to sign this document as we see our journeymen who have come to our country and sailed up with us yesterday to the Taku, that their safety is blessed by all who are here and who share in the unity of the Spirit and the honor of their presence here on our shores. Kunakshish.
Barbara Caliente Nelson, we'd like to invite you up here at the moment. Kusuhu. Oh, here we go. So we have Te Kwedi, Barbara Caliente Nelson, who's going to be coming up and doing the blessing of the food.
Ganesh Chish. Different mic. Okay, thank you, Ganesh Chish. What a day it has been. What a week it has been. We heard so much today, and usually when I'm asked to say a prayer, they say, Barbara's going to come up and say a brief prayer, and that usually means good food, good God, good meat, let's eat, and we're not going to do that. I have a few comments, and your food is before you, and it's being served, and it's being handed out. Maybe you'll give me the grace to be able to say these words. As Douglas Indian Association traveled up to the Taku with our guests, we were very mindful that it was a journey to strengthen them and to strengthen ourselves, that they were here for a purpose, to reconfirm that which is within us, our language, our culture, our traditions, our protocol, our connection to one another, to acknowledge the salmon people, the tree people. And as we sailed up to the Taku, something just kept touching my heart. I had gone aboard the Hokulea up in Yakutat and once in Hawaii. And at the stern of the canoe, there is an engraving there. And it's in honor of and in memory of Eddie Aikau. And this is what is inscribed under Eddie's name. No greater love has a man from this, that he should lay down his life for his friends. John 15. And this is really what this is about. Our friends, our new family, reconfirming their connection with us, going as far back as to our ancient stories of when we became family through Ka'achguk, through the Kiksati, and other ancestors. And so this inscription really is about us coming together. They came to strengthen us and thank us, and we in turn were able to give them things that we would only give to someone that we love, that we would trust. And we entrusted them, and they entrusted us with their grief. We acknowledged those that had passed in Sitka, in the waters of Sitka. We acknowledged other hurts that we carry as a people, those that we lost through the pandemic and of recent. And so we knew too that these brave warriors, these brave voyagers, just as it is in our tradition, would be taking our grief out to sea to bury it, just as the Kiksati do for us, just as our other clans do for us, our opposites, our father's people. They take our grief and they put it deep in the sea so that we could love again. And that's what this has been for many of us, that we could love again, be free to feel those feelings again. And I know his words, bringing his grandmother into this place, was very purposeful, especially for many of us and our mothers and our grandmothers, our fathers and our grandfathers who experienced the mission school are being punished for speaking their language. And so again, here they were listening to our stories of old and our stories of new, strengthening us. So we laughed together, we danced together, we cried together, and we turned it over to the happy time, which was strength giving. I'm reminded of the question, do glaciers listen? Do trees talk? Do the rocks shout out? Yes, yes, yes. We remember, we celebrate, we believe. That's who we are as a people. We don't forget those that have walked before us, those who have crossed over that river of life ahead of us, those who are waiting for us. So we brought out many names of the Taku and of the Akwan. We brought out the spirit of our ancestors, and that's what we're doing here right now. We are very carefully moving forward because we're in the presence of our ancestors, the presence of our Creator. So we brought out the sacred names, Tludasets, Wasase, even place names, Yada Akatleh, Clay Kak Jini, Hat Tak, Sayek, Ya Andaganye, Kok Daguwuhin, and other names, Taguch, Dahitsi, Taka, Kingisti, Jigekla, Ka Junakla, Kasut, Gludas, Kasanda Antukuat, Eshkuk Yonkotsa, Kinkau Danik, Shgundi, Ka Achguk, Kasku, Shot Keach, Eddie Akau, Byron Malat, Oli Nelson, Irene Cadiente, Robert Solis, Danielle Agikali, Brandy Tayal, Morgan Robadu, and so many more as we laid wreaths and flowers in the Taku, because we were reminded that the Taku blesses us all. It's a prophecy. It was a prophecy of old narrative that was left us, that never again would we war among ourselves as a people, that would be real leaders who unify one another. We came together, we called out, as you are here, introducing yourselves by your names, calling them forth to reconfirm us who we are and what we carry as a people. And so we're mindful of that. And so we owe a great deal of thanks to these voyagers who are bravely going out to sea. And we're holding you in our arms. We'll be thinking of you 24/7 because we know these waters. We know them. And we know the powerful name of our Creator will calm those seas for you. And that's what will be on our hearts until you come back again and tell us those stories, because you are visiting our ancestors that we haven't seen for a while. And we're grateful. Let us pray. Dikian Kau Hashaganya, God of many names, you walked among us, you touched us, you healed us, you fed us, you multiplied the fish, you multiplied the bread of loaves. You know us, you've called us by name, just like that river has called us by name and knows our story. Bless all of us that are here. Bless the names that carry us. Bless the food, those that hunted and fished and gathered and prepared them. Bless those that are moving today to lift each other up so that we can send these voyagers out to sea. That all will go well. So let this food that's before us be that bread that brings us together as one. And we pray in your Son's name. Amen.
So many blessings that we're witnessing today, and as well as they has blessed the food for the Paina this evening. Nainoa and his crew has made their way outside, the Po navigators as well. They are with the Princess of Taiwan, the Taiwanese, and she is gifting them, Nainoa, with a necklace, a symbolic presentation of pottery to Hokulea and the sounding of an ancestral nose flute. They are also doing the burning of the millet. It is a tradition that they have in their village for blessing and cleansing.
Princess Malavla is the daughter of, well, the queen of the Paiwan tribe in Kavianga. And so to have her here, and we've spent so much time with her, and her Ohana that came with her, it's been a pleasure. Here comes another pottery is considered a treasure. It's very valuable culturally to these people.
So it's Nainoa Thompson, Tua Pittman, Billy Richards, Shorty Bertelman, and Captain Pat Ellis that will be taking the Hokulea on this next segment, this next leg to Ketchikan. And of course, Randy Fong is present as well, Bruce Blankenfeld, Lehua Kamalu.
We're hearing the drops of rain outside that kind of kept us from being at Auk Bay today. And there's some that are heavy drops, but in our thinking, in Hawaiian thinking, rain is a blessing all the time. And especially in ceremonies, and to be outdoors with people who are outstanding leaders of their own people, and to example for all of us watching here, because we're still, as we said earlier, learning how to learn, and experience, and just let everything go and take it in, and then give back what you've received and share it.
Such a luxury, though, to be at any age to continue to learn, and that in the Western world, learning is reserved for just the young. So to be able to be in this place of learning and sharing.
And if you're not a good learner, you're devalued. I mean, you just, and
set aside.
Yeah, but we are understanding, and because we sort of were trained that way in the Hawaiian cultural sense, that you learn all the way to the end. And if you think you know it all, then you better
then
check
you should
yourself.
start again.
You should go back to goal.
You missed the page. I have to ask, Marina, this must be such an interesting perspective. You are the host, your people, your country. What does it feel like to you to have all of us ascend on you in this way?
Feels incredible. We love to host, especially, family. You're our family. So, like I said, it feels like we've been longing for you for a long time to come visit us. And so, just like when you're in the comfort of your own home, you get prepared. You start, maybe clean the bathroom cleaner than it's ever usually is on occasion. You make sure all the dishes are put away.
Right.
You pull out, the best foods and make sure that you can provide the best experience that you can for your loved ones that are coming in. And that's what our people have attempted to do here, provide the best experience possible.
Beautiful. In our culture, we call it ho'okipa, which is hospitality. And we've been to many places around the world where the hospitality is really outstanding. But then there are other places you go that it's not really so outstanding. It's just sort of it's just not really there. It's not part of the fabric of certain places. I mean, I'm not pointing out anything in particular. But even us in Hawaii, and maybe Debbie, you can agree. You work in that industry where ho'okipa is very important. It's important everywhere. But I think sometimes we forget about how to welcome people in, how to take a moment and finally introduce yourself. Introduce yourself in your language, or in our language, and take the time. Just sit down, just connect.
Oftentimes, hospitality is a formality.
Yeah.
It's an exchange. It's an official kind of a process versus it's been everything but that here. People have given from the inside
It's
out.
family style, because washing dishes is not a formality. It's just you want your house to look nice when people come over.
Yeah.
And boy, did we come over. Oh, look at that beautiful image there.
It's just
What
absolutely
a
incredible.
grouping of people that represent the circle of the Moananui.
And look at the look. He just stepped off camera, Joe Nelson.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could see the look in his eyes. Look at the sparkle in his eyes right here. That's what it feels like to be the hosts That's what it feels like to be here with all of you in our presence.
And to have the princess of the Paiwan tribe actually bowing to the honorees, the honored guests, it's so beautiful, and it's humbling. It's a great lesson. It's a great lesson for our guests as we continue to learn.
Well, we've had so many questions of you. It's like, what does that mean? What is he saying? And what is she wearing? And all of these traditions that you have, that you've been so gracious answering all of our questions. You know, these learners wanting to know more and more.
We hope that our being as sort of this sort of counterpart to a ceremony, it's not typical that we would be, explaining every little thing along the way. But sometimes you make exceptions in ceremony because you want to have people feel like they're in, whether you're here or whether you're out there in the cyber world or wherever you happen to be watching this from. But this again, the global launch of Moana Nui Akea is the beginning of a 4-year journey that's going to impact people all around the Pacific and really around the world. It's a lot of work. It's just an incredible undertaking. And as Lionel said, there's fear. Fear is in front of you, but how do you approach fear? How do you get through it? You go. Otherwise, as you said, you just tie the canoe up to the dock, and leave it there, and then 2 generations later, you're just like, what happened? Why is the canoe still there? So you
Fear.
That fear.
But again, this experience, there's the prayers, the well-wishing. Fear is dissipating right in front of us.
Let's go back downstairs and see the kind of where getting to the closing, from what I understand. But listen to the mana, or the power within the words and the drumming, the pana, the temple, and the dancing, and the celebrating, and the loving, and the crying, everything, all of it. Just enjoy. Let's go downstairs and enjoy it all together.
Here comes round 2.